You ever hear those people say nobody uses XRP, nobody uses it? Well, it's always been a lie. But here's yet another bank, and this one's that Spanish bank, BBVA. There it is, new partnership. It says, latest Spanish bank BBVA to use Ripple Tech for retail digital asset custody under EU MiCA. Okay, now they're talking custody in this announcement, but I know good and well, and so do you, that Ripple has what? We've got 1,700 NDAs, and over the years, BBVA has done a lot of other things with Ripple with respect to payment rails using RippleNet. If you're using that, you're using XRP. If you're using custody, you're still using XRP to transfer in and out, but not as much. More so, the payment rails is going to be where the most action is. But this custody situation here, that's why Ripple bought Metaco and Standard Custody that is now called Ripple Custody. And that's the big deal. They are looking for bank customers, whereas everybody else is looking for consumer customers. Big different markets, right? Yes. Bank customer, if a bank is your customer, you're going to be making a lot more money, right? That's what Ripple wants, the really big money, right? And anything working more with Stellar, you're talking more consumers as customers. And as you know, as big and bad as we may think we are, we have relatively small bank accounts compared to something like BBVA. And this is Cassie Craddock. She's the managing director over at Ripple, and she has a few words to say about this. She says, our new partnership with BBVA is another clear signal that the world's largest banks are embracing digital assets, spurred on by regulatory clarity from frameworks like the EU's MiCA regulation. That's Markets in Crypto Assets. That's what MiCA stands for. And very excited to be providing our institutional grade custody technology to support BBVA's retail crypto offering in Spain. And it says down there they're expanding, this is the official Ripple announcement of it, saying that they're expanding partnership with, they're expanding the partnership with BBVA, which adds credibility to what I said earlier. They have had this partnership, guys. It's been there. It's been in place. Only they've expanded it to include this because Ripple Custody is proving itself among some of the major banks of the world, and you're going to see it used more prevalently because there's going to be a stable coin war. You know, a lot of wars to see which of those stable coins, not like bullet wars, but you know, competition between these stable coins. And I think some of the ones that'll win out will be like RLUSD. My thinking is RLUSD or Ripple might at some point try to take over, buy out Circle. They're public now, so if you buy majority shares, you sort of kind of can own it, right? Very easily there. And it's more pricey than it would have been had they bought it a few years back, but you know, the lawsuit was going on, so that was kind of difficult. But now that they're where they are, don't forget, Ripple has that $100 billion war chest. They got money. And they're building, they're acquiring things like they did, was it Rail the other day, or a few weeks ago. Then they acquired Hidden Road and a few other things. You know, they're buying assets to make themselves an all-purpose provider for digital assets. So this is a great development, and it's just another step on the road down to mass adoption. And it's all positive for XRP specifically because that's the main digital asset with which they work. So let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios, amigos.